out to Mimi. We waiting for TA. We're waiting for TA. So when it says add, I can add them all about the conversation. But start coming in. Pause. Having a little cup of Joe. This is real coffee. Just in case. Yeah, be like, oh, he's drinking. So yeah, man, this is part 2. Cuban Link and TA conversation. You already know. I'm early. Trying to get it early. You know what I'm saying? This is the pre-show. So basically, we just going back in time a little bit, letting the revolution be televised. So y'all know this is not pre-rehearsed or anything. This is actually how life is going in real time. So, we got TA. We got TA coming up. Got him popping up right now. There you go. There you go. So we got TA back in the building.
Right.
This is part 2 of the Cuban Link and TA show. So, we was just hitting y'all with a lot of stories. I know we get caught up in the Fat Joe era a little bit because there's a lot that we could say. You know what I'm saying? And I like to hear it because I like to, give it an ear about his stories and find a similar part that I know I went through. Even though my shit was a long time ago, baloney smokers never change and belugas never change. They keep the same type of aura, same type of manners and behavior. So when TA says a lot of stories, I can relate with him because I know that. You know what I'm saying? The further the time went, the more beluga-ish things started happening. And that's when Joe had money. Joe started getting real money after, I broke up with him. Like, that's when the companies really kicked in and he started doing his thing. That's when TA came. So when the money was there, the beluga went, wow. You know what I'm saying? Hearing just what TA stories about. So I definitely could relate. And, it's a pleasure to have this brother up here. Like I said, we both from the Bronx, so you know what it is, Y'all want to do your history on me or him, I think y'all could go to any street. Go to Prospect Ave, go to Forest, whatever y'all want to do. Y'all know my name is out there.
Cypress.
I have a history. And I'm sure it's the same way with TA, from Cypress. So, and that's where the Pistol Pete dude is from. See, I knew Pete from way back then when he was an adolescent type of extorter. And he used to do his thing with the street dudes, and he used to put pressure. I remember, and he was a good guy back then. He was a cool dude. With me, it's just they all change when that money comes in. So that's what Joe do. He buys his protection. But you can say a lot of things too, my brother. Go ahead. You can cut in. But welcome everybody back, man. It's part 2, man.
Now we waiting for the numbers to go up. It's on 18 right now.
Yeah.
Waiting for the numbers to go back up. We chilling. We vibing right now.
11 o'clock. They'll pop up. They'll pop up.
Yeah,
but
man.
let's keep
money,
the cursing though. The cursing and all that. Let's try to keep it to 15, 20 minutes. Then we can rock out.
Money definitely changed people. Like I definitely learned that as a valuable lesson, that money changes people. That everybody ain't you. Like what you would do, you can't be mad at the next person for his actions. Like he ain't got no morals or anything. He not a stand up man. You just can't be mad. And my guys, my older dudes, they always tell me that. They be like, yo, TA, be you, be who you are. You can't change who people are out here. People gonna be who they are. You either accept it or you don't. Keep it pushing. So, it's a lesson like that I learned from the Joe situation. Absolutely. I learned through it hurt. It bad because the money you can always get money. You lose money come and go. You can make it back, but the time, that's the only thing you can get back. And going through this situation with Joe, now when I reflect, I go back 20 years, 25 years, 30 years to older people, telling me, or even teachers saying, you take advantage of your time. Like I remember a bunch of older dudes that's in the street, like getting real street when I was young. When I was young, like telling me, like, yo, take this serious, man. You got a skill, you got a gift. Take it serious. You're not going to be this age forever. I remember looking at them like, like even with Big Dave, God bless the dead, Big Dave. I'm sure everybody know who Big Dave is. LL mentioned him in the song. I remember him coming up to the barbershop, Brian Barbershop, and he used to go in there. I used to be in there as a youngin', and he'd be like, "Yo, Brian, yo, B, who's this dude, man? Who's this kid?" And be like, "Oh, that's TA, man. That's my nephew right there." He like, "Yo, I like him. He remind me of my man that got killed." So I started kicking it with him, and I would see him pull up in different toys, and I'd be like, "Yo, you getting it, you getting it." He'd be like, "Yo, I heard you play ball, man. Stay in school, man. Stay in school. Like, do the right thing. Don't be out here in the street." And then, niggas told him, B told him, like, nah, he be in the street or whatever. Woo, woo, woo. And he like, every time I see him, he'd be like, "Yo, man, you can't be in the street, man. You got to do what you got to do. You're only young one." So I reflect back to all of those times, and it bothers me. It hurts. So me, I did basketball recruitment. I still do basketball recruitment. I was staying out in Florida. I was
That's your
doing
thing,
basketball.
right? Basketball's my
That's
thing
my
too.
thing. Yeah, I love it. I blew 3D1 scholarships. So I'm just one person. Yes, I would have loved the experience to be on a college court playing in an NCAA tournament, or making it to the NBA, or even having that great opportunity. I would have loved it, the feeling. Like, I can just imagine the feeling these kids are going through right now. But sending 30 or 40 of them up the pipeline is fulfilling to me. It's fulfilling for me to help other kids achieve their dreams and their goals. So I do basketball recruitment. I pick up the phone. I holler at coaches. I holler at assistants. I send videos back and forth, emails. I try my best to talk to these kids and tell them, like, yo, listen, 10 years from now, what you're doing now, it's not going to be interesting in 10 years. Your mindset is going to be somewhere totally different. So I get through to a lot of kids, and I hope I continue to get through to the youth, because there's a lot of dudes out here selling a false narrative, like to the youth. Like, they're young ones. They thinking that this is it. This is not it. They thinking, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna wild out, and I got my name. Now you could get your name other ways. I didn't. I didn't listen. I wish I had listened. Like, I had so many opportunities. I had opportunities. Like, that's what kills me the most, because I know I had opportunities. I know I had the chance. I know it was given to me. Y'all was in school when I went to Clinton, and I needed like 9 credits to play ball. I needed 9. I've been to mad schools. I've been to Dodge. I've been to Manhattan Center.
Dodge had all the chicks.
Dodge had all the girls. I've been to Kennedy. I've been I went to Clinton. I went to Bronx Regional. I went to West Side.
Too. Clinton is football. They got a crazy football team.
Well, basketball too. When I went to Clinton, that was the year when the Clinton Governors was the Cinderella team. They had the Cinderella story. They had Big Tone, my man Big Tone. I was like 6'9" or 7 feet. They had a kid named Mario, and I was supposed to play that year. And they looked out, man. They gave me. They rolled out the red carpet. All I had to do was run the track, Cuban.
And that's crazy.
5 times. Look, listen. I had the foam posits on in a velour sweatsuit in the summertime. I had gym for summer school. That was the only class I had for summer school, was gym, and I was an athlete, point guard. I was fast. That was my gift, my speed, first step. And the coach was like, run. He was my gym teacher, my coach. He said, run the track 5 times. And I told him, nah, I ain't running it. He was like, he didn't even ask me again. He was like, all right, just sit on the side, watch. I sat on the side. He failed me. So I couldn't play that first half of the season. All I had to do was run a track to be suited up with a Clinton uniform on, and I didn't do it. That shit kills me till this day.
It's crazy, right? But who you blame? You blame the teacher still? Because I know back then you probably blamed the teacher, but do you blame yourself? Like, yo, all you got to do is
I blame myself.
Let's say that's when you know that you are able to talk to the kids now.
I blame myself.
When you could take that responsibility and tell the youth about the mistakes you did in your life, you know what I'm saying? With the accolades, that makes a great story. That makes the change and the difference of your speech.
So I was in the streets, man. I was running the streets. I was on the block. I was hustling, and I thought music, like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna run around. I'm running around with my boy Shells, my boy Dollars. We doing music. Shells had a record deal with J Records. Dollars was messing with Flip Mode.
What's up with Shells? Like now?
To be honest, man, I ain't speak to Shells in a long time. You know, everybody living their own separate lives.
I hear
Life
you. I hear you.
goes
I hear you
on.
bring his name up a lot. So that means that
I
was your
have
boy.
to. He's
That
a
was your
part of
boy.
my story.
That's what I'm
He's a
saying.
part of
So
my life. I have to. I have to take it
if
back
y'all
to
don't know
where I
Shells, if
started.
you go back in the days in battle rap, man, he was one of those dudes. You know what I'm saying?
He
That really
no, he was nice.
he was
Shells was
definitely
that
one of them
nice.
dudes. So yeah,
Shells
and I
was
met
that
him. I met
nice.
him too.
It
Like I
just
said, I hung out with him in Puerto Rico and all that. So I remember that brother. He was a good bro. You know, he looked
yo,
linky as hell though. He linky as hell, like 6 something.
tall, six
Yeah,
seven, 6'8", play ball and all of that. Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
nah,
I didn't know y'all was tight like that. So I'm saying you keep bringing him up.
tight.
That means you got love.
Shells is from Cyprus. Shells is raised on Cypress Avenue. Then he moved downtown to 92nd. To
Yeah.
Amsterdam. Shells is from Cypress Avenue. It
So he
started
was
right here
one
in
of those.
Cypress Avenue.
He was one of the first dudes that really got into the industry, even though it was
Oh
battle
yeah,
rap.
yeah. He's definitely one of the first dudes. Shells
Mm-hmm.
was definitely one of the first dudes. So yeah, I blame myself, Cuban. I blame myself, and I try to speak it to the youth. I try to talk to the youth, like, yo, listen, man, this is not what it is. I understand you got a girl or whatever, but you could take her with you. If you love her like that and she loves you, she's gonna understand your grind. Like this is the grind right here. She's gonna support you. A true girl, somebody that really loves you, is gonna support you. If you gotta go to California to go play basketball, she's either gonna relocate or she's going to stay here. She's going to continue her education. She's going to say, baby, get it. I'm right here. Come back every holiday or whatever, or I come see you. So that's what I be trying to speak into the youth. And I work out with young basketball players. I'm currently working out with a 10th grader right now, you know, getting them right. I'm going to turn them to a beast. I got my man. He's in college in Utah. He got one more year in the D2, and I'm going to try to get him piped up in the D1. So I'm definitely still working with basketball. I'm still active with that, man. So,
That's
and
dope, man.
especially
That's dope. That's dope. But I mean, you know, and that's when you could really well, the people could really incorporate with that legend that you name yourself a legend. You know what I'm saying? So that legend status right there comes with that responsibility that you're talking about right now. So you know what I'm saying? It's all about giving back, man. Especially the community you came from, especially to tell these
absolutely.
young kids.
You're Cuban. I came up in an era on Cypress Avenue where my family, the Marines, was running this over here. The Marines, the Wild Cowboys. There's a book on my block called The
Yeah,
Wild
now
Cowboys.
Cypress always
I,
been crazy.
Cuban. I not only can I talk about it, Cuban. As a kid, my aunt used to throw us in the tub on the first floor because she lived on the first floor. God bless her dad, my aunt, love her. She used to throw us in the tub when they started shooting the bullets. You hear the bullets ricocheting off of the gates.
That was a
Bing,
war
bing, bing,
zone.
bing. And she'd lay on top of us. And we all would be screaming while she's laying. Or I go outside, Cuban, and I'll see niggas get killed. Like, as
Oh
a
hell yeah!
9-year-old, 8-year-old, that's like,
I used to
yo,
go through
that's traumatizing.
my father had a store right there by Cypress on St. Anne's. So I used to be around Cypress as a little kid. That shit was a war. That was like Vietnam.
It was a
Like
war
all the
zone.
burnt buildings was there. The crack buildings with the hole in the wall with lines of fiends. Yo,
Absolutely.
Cypress is crazy.
So
Brook Avenue, Cypress.
so I was talking to my man the other day, and he was like, yo, TA, you know, you kind of like traumatized, bro. And I'm like, yo, why you say that? He's like, yo, bro, look what we grew up in. He said, yo, we grew up in an era where niggas is moving superior kilos, niggas is killing, niggas is getting killed every day, TA. You witnessed it, you seen it with your own two eyes. Like,
Yeah.
that's traumatizing. And then as you grow up, it makes you fearless when you get in certain situations. And I've been fighting, I can say all my life, it never stopped, bro. From the streets of Cypress Avenue, running around in the Bronx, Skate Key, or wherever I went, to even going on the road with Joe. The fighting never stopped. So even with Joe, like he had me step to some dude that was like 7'6'8", bro, in Australia. Because he wanted to put Bow Wow before us, and Joe was mad. Joe was like, "Yo, why you putting Bow Wow before me? Bow Wow, he's a little dude. He ain't got no hits." And so the dude was like, "Yo, you're not hotter than Bow Wow." And
He
Joe
got no
got,
hits. He got no hits, but yeah, he shouted out Bow Wow. Remember, even Bow Wow cripping, that's what's up. So
I
he
mean,
put
yo,
Bow Wow name in
it,
the song, but yeah,
it
he
was an
talked shit about
insult
Joe.
to Joe, man. Joe was just like, you know, you gotta understand Fat Joe's mindset. His mindset is, I'm a
I know it.
gangster. Are you kidding me? You ain't playing. I don't give if I'm not hotter than Bow Wow. He's going before me. You feel what I'm saying? Joe go before Snoop in the game and all them dudes, but he wasn't trying to go before Bow Wow. And we did. We still went before Bow Wow. So I stepped to the dude, and my man was gonna come with me again. My man Johnny Hedge. because he ended up coming on the road. I put the word in, and Joe, put him on the list to bring him on the road. And my man Johnny was like, "Yo, homie, T-Man is super tall. Like, I'm going with you." And Joe stopped my man, like, "Nah, TA got this. TA got this." It was always TA got this. It was always TA. Get him, get him. So I never, again, I never really stopped fighting. I never felt like I could kick my feet up or anything like that. Even at airports, like I remember when a dude stepped to Joe because Joe was dealing with his wife, his baby moms, and then the dude tried to step to Joe, and I was just like, "Yo, what's up, man? What's good?" And he was just looking at me like he didn't know who I was, and I was just ready to tear him up. And Joe was just like, "Yo, not here, T, not here," and we just kept it pushing, but it never stopped, man. I never felt like I made it. Let me take a sip out my King's cup. It was always go time with Joe. It was always
Shout out
go
to
time.
Mimi, man. Shout out to Mimi. I know you've been hitting me
They
up.
said that's a they said that's a what you call that, a troll. They said that's not a real.
Oh, word or not, she kept saying, "Oh, I know a Mimi though. I know a Mimi. She used to rock with Pistol Pete too. I remember her. But she's cool. Even though I got people that rock with people from Terror Squad, I still show them love.
Oh,
It's
she
not
real.
like,
That's not a troll. Is she real then?
yeah. I think it's that. I think it's her because she kept saying shout her out. So shout out to Mimi.
You
She's
said you
cool.
never tried Toto juice. That's
That's what she said. It
yeah.
might be a troll then. That
Yo,
might be a
come on.
troll. I don't know. But my brother, was you one of them dudes that was a block dude like before you met Joe and I'm like you was just straight up like you didn't even go to Jersey type shit like you stayed in the block and that was your life.
Not Cuban. I was playing. Yo, Cuban. I was playing basketball.
That's right. That's right. You was playing
I
basketball.
played
That's
for
right.
Gauchos, Cuban. I played for
Oh, he
Riverside.
travels.
Like
He travels with him.
I was playing. I played in citywide tournament. I played in the Central Park tournament. Took all the championships in the Central Park. I played in Pathways for Youth up there on Castle Hill. Like I played in every took chips all over New York City, Cuban. Like I played with Andre Barrett on Gauchos.
So
Played
you
in a
was
tournament with
already
him.
international. You was
Yeah,
international with it.
I was moving around. Like my horizons was it was wide. My horizons, like I was moving around. I wasn't just stuck on the block. I was always moving, playing in the tournament. Somebody always calling me, "Hey, yo, TA, come over here playing this tournament." Da, 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 woo, woo, woo. So I would always be moving around. And I used to be in my haven a lot too.
Yeah.
Shout out to my haven in Patterson. I used to stay in my haven every day in Harlem, 40th and Lenox, 139th between 7th and 8th, on Lenox and 7th. Like that's where my boy Barry was from, like Dallas. He's from Cyprus, but he grew up too in Harlem. So I used to be in Harlem. I spit, how about this? I spit one of my first verses for Big Al and Skate Key. He was with my family in Dallas. And Dallas is like, yo, this is my little cousin. Yo, this is L. Yo, T, spit for him. And I spit for him. And L was like, yo, shorty, you nice, keep going. And
Big
then
L.
Doo-Wop, Unique from the Ghetto Girls?
Yeah, of course.
That was Doo-Wop's girl. So I grew up on 164 in
Yeah.
Sheridan.
Yeah.
Your man, Eef Rivera used to watch me play in the street as a kid. Eef
Yeah,
Rivera
he's
is
from the
from
same block. I grew up
164.
around East. Like
Yeah,
he knows
Eef
I
is
was a
from
little
there.
shorty in Sheridan
So
Avenue.
Unique's nephew Cordell was on my basketball team. He played on my basketball team on Malali's, we took match championships playing with that too. So Unique, I seen Doo-Wop one
Yeah,
time. I think he was in
Unique was around us with the whole Bam Bam
yeah.
Boogie situation, but I knew Unique from way back. Pun had love for her. Do up the whole bounce squad. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
so Doo-Wop was in front of her building, like waiting for her to come down. And I'm a little young dude. I'm probably like 11 or something or 12. And I went up to Do-Rock Car and I was like, yo, you DJ Doo-Wop, let me spit for you. And he looked at me like,
Do up
and I
is a good
spit
one.
for him. And he was like, he said, yo, shorty, you wrote that? I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, that's dope. And then shout out to Doo-Wop. If Doo-Wop see this, yeah, Doo-Wop, that's me. I'm the dude from the kid that lived in 215 on 164. He'd know me because Cordell he played in all my teams, man. So yeah, man.
But how you feel?
I was a black dude, but I wasn't really a black dude. I was a blacks dude,
No doubt,
all
no doubt,
city
no doubt.
dude, all over. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
was
man.
already coming up. But how do you feel like you met mad legends in the game? Like you said, you got stories with Buster, you got stories with Ja Rule, you have stories with a lot of dudes. And you bumping shoulders with the top because I know you that's the top. But Joe is at the top because I left him at the top. I remember I was with Prince, Bruce Willis, like I was Grammys. So I know I met a lot of stars and I formed bonds. Even how you call it, Mariah Carey with Pun. Aaliyah, you know what I'm saying? People like that. But later on, like right now, after the conflict with Joe, like, between you, and you see like the actual um the way the industry like rocked together with like the fact that, you know what I'm saying, with Joe, uh, in your situation, because you had personal situations like with Ja Rule, you probably broke bread with him, y'all chill, you probably ran trips. I ran trips with a lot of, you know what I'm saying? That dudes that I look now and I'll be like, I try to holler and they're in a certain plateau just to holler as a friend and they'll give me the cold shoulder. Like they won't even answer, they'll treat you like
They
you just
choosing
part
the
of the industry.
bag. They choosing the
They
relevant. They
feel like
choosing the
they
guy that's
baloney smoke is
relevant.
really me. I feel like they baloney smoke like it was never real, and it bothers me because I thought it was real because we shared some real times. You know what I'm saying? So when the industry get together with like a Joe to really, because to me it's like they get together really to stop guys like us. Like, yo, we had a problem with that dude, not really with you, but you want to jump in the middle and help my enemy to crush me. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? After a while, I know you don't see it like that yet, but after time, after like 20 years of this, it's like, yo, this should have gone on forever. I'll be 80
So
years old, still talking about the
I
same
hear what
story.
I hear what you're saying, Cuban. You know, like I heard you the other day and everything, and again, like it's like you. I understand what's going on. You know, he got a big record with Joe. What's love?
Yeah.
And they gave that record to Joe, right? And
Written too.
but I could tell you this though. I could tell you this. If I was Ja Rule, I would feel some type of way that Joe is super cool with 50. He's playing both sides of the field. Like, despite if Joe tried to squash the beef or not, like, yo, bro, it was Ja Rule
But
helped you.
he played Irv at the end. Remember?
He
He said,
played them. Irv and them helped him. They gave him what's love. That record, let me tell you something. When we perform that record
no, I
at a
know.
show, the majority of the women come out for that record. And also, you know, I don't even know if they even know about the Chris Brown record because it wasn't as big as What's Love. But
Nothing else was bigger
when
than
What's
what's love.
Love came on and that break part, the Ashanti part, they put it. We ain't even got to sing the whole concert, right? It's
But
two jazz,
do you know that
10.
that part that Shanti sang at the end? I want 400 pounds on top of me. That one?
Yeah, yeah.
You know that was Pun who wrote that, right?
Nah, I didn't know that.
Pun wrote that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying
heard.
to tell you.
Then Pun write something for next too.
Next, yeah, of course,
The
yeah. But
R&B
he
group
he
next.
featured, yeah,
They
that
told
was
me
Pun.
that, but
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
wrote
know
something for
Pun
Rel.
wrote that
Rel, he
part.
was down with Rockefeller. Rel, he wrote him a song, Taste You Sweat. He wrote that for him. But he wrote that for What's Love, that bridge. And that
That's
Fat Beluga
crazy.
never gave that nigga no credit. Never gave him no credit.
So
He
with
passed
that,
away already. He could have gave him credit so his family could eat. But he
yeah,
never even said that in the interview. That Pun wrote that. And he gave that to Ashanti so she could sing it. So now, just like the horse and carriage with Mace, they try to blame it on but I really spit it in front of Mace in the elevator. So it's like, oh, let me just give it to the next artist. So it'd be like, you
so
know what I'm saying? But
you wrote Horse and Carriage.
I thought of the idea, the hook. That was Ricky Ricardo and Long
Oh
Hard for Hot.
shit, man! See, you part of legendary shit. I never knew that, my
Yeah,
brother.
but that's what I'm saying. These stories will never get told. Like, I don't like doing that. I don't like saying my accolades. I let somebody
But
tell
now
me.
these days you have to.
I know. That's why I'm doing it. I know it's 20 years later, but it's like, yo, like the Puffy, the Senorita. If I would have said Senorita, I wrote Senorita the hook, nobody would know that. Because the guys that was in charge of really, putting those things together, which was Joe's and other people that was there, they don't come out and say, yo, I was there when Cuban wrote that. I know mad people was there when I wrote it. So it's like, I got to tell my own story. It seems like, oh, I'm just trying to throw myself in the middle to be important or
Yeah,
relevant.
that's crazy, man.
Yeah. So,
You part of
definitely, man.
you part of legendary stuff, Cuba. Like
Yeah,
you're
definitely. That's
supposed to put your story out there. I hear what you know, they paint that narrative and they say, yo, that's old. Do something
yeah.
new. Talk about it. Why y'all still talking about the past? Because you want to know why? Like I said an
We
hour
lived
ago
through it,
on your YouTube,
but
I
we
said
lived through it.
every day somebody turn 15, 18, 21, 25. They got to understand the truth about this.
and we
Because
can't
these dudes,
expect them niggas to talk about it. They're never gonna tell
they're
us
not
different
going to
story.
talk about it because they want everybody to forget it. They're going to stay
Yeah.
relevant. They're going to leave niggas like us in the
They're trying to
dark.
erase us out of history. That's what they're trying to do.
Erase what we brought to the table.
Exactly. So that's
Exactly.
why it's important. It's important that we lasted the test of time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers that grew up with us, even them, even the Joe crew, the Raúls, you know what I'm saying, that was there for everything. The flexes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people he lost. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Hold up,
that
somebody said, yo, but y'all acting like Joe wasn't that dude in the 90s. Hold up, homie, Shah Shiesty. I don't know if you a troll or what, but I'm gonna respond to that.
but let me say something too. Joe was that dude.
Let me say something.
Joe was that dude in the 90s because the
Well,
crew that
nah,
he had.
he used his way to the top. He used everybody that was around him. He had
Exactly.
strength because he had the team
He had
around
the
him.
team. He had the team.
It wasn't Fat Joe in the street putting in serious work.
It was
It was
Tony
a team
Montana. It was
around
T.
him that was putting
It
in the
was Mike
serious
T.
work.
It was people like that. Even
Yeah,
it was Charlie Rock that he was taking credit for. His brother, Money Man, was the real one that was getting money in the streets like
I
that.
heard about that.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
it
heard
was like
about
it was
that.
always somebody else. It was Pun when it came to writing rhymes. It was King's Son. It was Pun. It was Armageddon. So it was never Joe on himself that that he acts like he's the one who did everything. And it's like that's crazy. That's crazy when you can't do the credits. Like the real story, you got some real credits, some real individuals that loved you and helped you. He skips that,
Absolutely.
and that's what fake diggers do though. That's why there's no
Yeah,
respect.
if I would, yo, listen, yo, if I was Joe, man, I would have kept the old Terror Squad, the whole Terror Squad intact because y'all was making phenomenal music. Y'all was making phenomenal albums, like even Getty. Even I ain't gonna lie, it was Prospect had some. What was
Yeah,
that joint he
Prospect was
had
a
with Pun? He had a joint with Pun where they was
yeah,
going
yeah.
like. I don't.
Prospect was nice. He was nice at the
Joe's the
time. Yeah.
type. Hold up. Joe's the type that want to shine. He want to be head honcho. But yo, what Joe don't understand, right, is that you can be head honcho, but put your people on, let them blow, and you ain't even got to talk about how you the
Or
head
let the
honcho
people
because it's gonna
put
be
them
us that's gonna say you did it. You made this happen for us, and we gonna keep
put
your
them put
legacy
us.
and your
We
name
earned it.
alive.
It's not like we didn't earn the podium that we looking for. Like we earned it.
Absolutely,
We
we
paid our
earned it.
dues. We
We
paid
earned
our
it.
dues. Now put us in the pedestal. Do your work as a manager, and then put people just like you do as a business structure, and let the people choose. Let the people at least give me that fair shot. Put the album out. Let the people choose. Let me hear what the people say, even if you don't believe. Like, because at the end of the day, it's like he doesn't feel nothing, man. He just do robbery shit. He gets you a deal, squeeze the budget out, and then you know what I'm saying, he gets you another deal. That's what he did with Tony Sunshine. He tried to do it to me. He tried to do it with Remy. He tried to blame it on us that we lazy and all of that, so he could get more money from the labels. That's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? But he was telling us lies. He said telling us lies like, "Yo, you gonna get your shot. You next." Individually, so we could have competition with each other, which is good. It's good. So that puts competition up, whatever. But niggas like me, like I came up, I did off the books. I was already on a Capital Punishment album. I was in the Dark Cartagena album. I was writing for Puffy at the time behind the scenes. I was writing for Joe. So I paid my dues. Why are you putting me? Why are you sticking me with a Terror Squad album? Oh, because they gave you $10 million. And you skipping Cuban Link now to go to the Terror Squad album and fuck my brand up and putting me against my own team. And then, the Cuban Link album might not come out now because if they like Prospect more, they like I'm getting more. See, why would you do that? So that was already wrong business thinking. I earned my shit, right? And I wasn't even saying that to him. I was like, you know what? Let's go. Let's do the Terror Squad album. I was playing ball. And still after the Terror Squad album, my name was still ringing bells. So why not drop it? Why not drop me right there? No, the Don Cartagena album. You know what I'm saying? The Terror Squad album right in front of you.
That's what I remember being in the studio like before I started going on the road with him. We was at Buck Wild Studio and Mello was in there, dude named H Mob,
Shout
Remy
out to
was in
Buckwell.
there, and it was another dude in there. I forgot his name. And we was just working on music. I don't know if it was gonna be for a project or what Joe was planning on doing for it, but I know Joe recorded "She's My Mama," and I think H Mob is on that song too. That's when he actually confessed to the 16-year-old on that record, right? But I remember listening to some songs that Joe was on that, and I was just like, I was into it. And then I seen Joe. Joe looked at me, and I'm brand new. It's the first time ever in the studio when I ain't going on the road. This is the night they asked me if I wanted to go perform and get paid for it. And they took me to get my passport the next day. So I'm looking, and we recorded a lot of songs. I was on like 2 songs, but it was a majority was like Remy and the other dudes and Joe. But and then again, like the kid, what's his name? I forgot his name, and he told me he was just like, "Yo, Joe's using us for our energy. I ain't coming back." And I was just like, I couldn't see it at that time. I really couldn't see it because on top of that, not seeing it in the studio that night, they asked me, "Yo, you want to go on the road with us?" I was going leaving the studio with him to jump on the train. We was both jumping on the same train. He was like, "Yo, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. He using us for our energy." But I never looked at it like that. But now when I look back, I'm like, damn, I'm still trying to figure out where I went wrong with him. You understand what I'm saying, Cuban? It's like I'm still I'm still trying to figure out where I went wrong. Like
with
I don't
with
I don't
Joe,
I don't I don't know.
with Joe.
I don't know if I over exceeded my loyalty or it was just like I just
I'll
did
tell you. I'll tell you,
too
brother.
much good,
I'll
too
tell you.
much.
If you want to ever hear it, I'll tell you how. You was a whole different. You was a whole different blood type than them, just like I was. You know what I'm saying? You came in with the right morals. Don't ever think that you did anything wrong. You stood real with what your morals that you was brought up with. You know what I'm saying? The honor,
Absolutely.
the honesty, the integrity, the loyalty. You did everything wrong. I could tell. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? 'Cause I know that's what I did. I know that's what I did. And the more you show a snake that, the more that snake thinks that you are his enemy.
I
So
remember.
you doing it for him, but he thinks that the crew is watching you being with those attributes that you got. So he's jealous of you because you might take over the crew because then now they liking you more. That jealousy's inside his heart. That's who he is. That's the type of blood type he is. And that's how he is. You know what I'm saying? You did nothing wrong. You did everything you would do for a friend.
Hold up.
Everything you would do for a friend, you did it. So
Yo,
that's the
my
real
man, yo,
answer.
my man, yo, I'm on the phone. Okay, you
You
go
know?
ask me that. Can you
But
go ahead and get out? Yeah, you too. Yo, my man, you too loud, bro. My man, you too loud. You too loud. Go down there. Okay, I can go. Don't tell me that. Don't talk to me.
we got a live situation. We got a live situation with a BX. Oh, I'm not even eavesdropping, but you already know, man. I mean, real jewels. We got to drop real jewels in. What happened? You about to fight, man?
Nah, man, I wasn't
You
gonna
about to
fight.
fight? I hear you. Yeah. The demons are gonna come out. The demons come out, try to
Nah,
disrupt a
man.
lot of things, man.
Yo,
You gotta be ready for that. So what's up with this Lord Jamar shit, man? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not mad to the point where I gotta go in on him like that. But we could get on his platform, like he told us on the three-way. He said we gonna come up here and talk about it. So
your
how you
man,
feel about that?
Lord Jamar, he just, I don't know, man. He did bad business, man. He stalled the situation. He stalled the song for 3 months. He could have just kept it super real from day one or whenever he got the phone call, and he could have just been like, "Yo, TA or Cuban, yo, they reached out to me. Pooba, that's my brother. He never did nothing wrong to me. I love Pooba. He has a relationship with Fat Joe. I made a mistake. I don't want to be on the record. Y'all can have the record.
Well, that's
This
what he
record
said
was
with a three-way. That's what he
no,
said.
but 3 months later, he could have did
Right.
this maybe a week, 2 weeks after, instead of stalling and saying his car was in the shop
Yeah.
and all type of bullshit that he was feeding. That's what makes it whack. But he don't understand guys like me, guys like you.
Yeah.
We are trying to be successful. We are
Yeah.
chasing.
We try to
We
do it
are
the right way.
chasing success. Listen, time is running out, and we are chasing success.
What up, yo?
Every day
What up,
that
yo?
go
Time
by,
is running out. Yo, that's what we got to do. We got to do the remix. What up, yo? What up, yo? Time is running out.
we can do it.
Connect.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Fuck
So
Fat
for me,
Gino.
yo, come on, man. Let me get it off, man. Doing that same shit you did the other night. Nah, fucking with you. But yeah,
Stop. I'm
he
letting
could
you
have
rock
just
right now. I don't even interrupting you. Go ahead.
he could have just kept it all the way real instead of stalling the situation. And he just made me feel like I was dealing with another Fat Joe. Like I'm working for free. Because no joke, put me in contact with him. I did his verse with a record in 2 days. I didn't wait 2 weeks, a month, or whatever. I did it in 2 days, and I was happy and excited to do it. That's why I did it in 2 days. Despite Lord Jamar did pay for the session.
Yeah.
I told him, yo, you got to pay for the session.
I
Cool.
took like 3
He's,
weeks to a month. I did.
we supposed to, shoot the video. It was a whole game plan behind this. We would have shot it in the Bronx on the corner. You would have went over there in front of the Pun Mural. I would have shot it on Cypress Avenue. He would have shot his verse wherever he wanted to shoot
Nah, I
it
would
at.
have went to the BX. I wanted to go to the BX and do it like a real revolution. Like
Real
connect
love,
with people.
unity.
Yeah,
We would have
unity.
made
We got to
it
show
a
unity.
unity video too. We would
We
have
had
brought
to do it
everybody
together.
together.
And it
But
was for hip hop. It was really, I know the topic was Joe. I know we going in on him regardless, but he deserved it. First of
he
all,
deserved it. That's what
he
the people
deserved
don't
it.
understand.
But
He
even in the Lord
deserved it.
Jamar situation, in our situation, he deserved it. But he picked on Lord Jamar on his own. And I didn't see Grand Pooba come to his aid like we did.
That's what didn't I say that to him over the phone?
Yeah.
I say, yo, if Grand Pooba's really your brother, how come he didn't stop Joe from dissing you? Or if he ain't know Joe was gonna diss you, how come you ain't getting no apology yet? And he said, I know that's what I'm waiting for, but it never came. But then he trying to pull himself off the record and just like, well, even though I don't care, you could have been that.
I told that nigga, I said, yo, what about if Fat Joe apologizes now? He said, nah, there's no way he could apologize. We're going through with it. I make sure I ask these questions. That's why I was even more disappointed. I was like, yo, but you told me, not even an apology. What's going on? And it's not even about us getting the message of F Joe because we don't like him, whatever. It's about just hip hop. We believed in Lord Jamar to be that little, you know what I'm saying, that pillar. That you know, you got pop hip hop with one hit wonders and in the limelight. Like he never been that. He been the one that's still with the culture. So I expect him to even, you know what I'm saying, because he understood our plight with everything. So for him to sell that dream to us and then back out at the you know, later on after 3 months is really disrespectful, really. So I would like to have a, you know, like I said, it's no personal gripe with him, but it's definitely a hip hop argument that we need to have with him. And you know, it can't be a better debate than being a real one. This is a real situation that happened. And this is, you know what I'm saying, like you playing along with Fat Joe's blackball.
So yo, here's Shot Shiesty. TS as a group could have been top 5 groups of all time if niggas didn't get lazy and put in the work.
He lying.
Hold up.
That's a Fat Joe. Let me answer that first. That's a Fat Joe guy.
That's one of them. But how you gonna say niggas is lazy? It's not about niggas being lazy. Niggas wasn't lazy when they was pinning his shit up. When niggas was keeping him above water, making sure all his lyrics was tight. That's a part of putting in work.
When the leader of the group is showing the work that we done. The work that TA put in behind writing his lyrics. That's being lazy.
How about this one? Business. I wrote over 30 songs for Joe. I never got paid for nothing. I formatted all the way up. We have the email from when we sent the song to them, the version we formatted, and they said, can we keep this version so we could re-release it? And they re-released it, and all the way up blew up because all the way up the research on radio was coming back bad because the song was too repetitive, it was too long. So me and somebody else, our ex-manager, chopped it up on a plane in Australia. We sent that version to them. They re-released it, and that version blew up. Why we couldn't get 5% of Peace Publishing? That's one. That's one L Joe catches right there. Joe catch that L because I got that all documented. I got receipts for that. We got the file from the year, the date, the time when we formatted that. We got the email when they emailed my man back and they saying, can we keep this version? That's one. Now 2, I featured on 3 different songs on 2 different albums. Jose 2 and Dark Side 1. Jose 2, I was on Congratulations, and I was on Ice Cream. Congratulations featuring Rico Love when he was the hottest songwriter in the world, writing Beyonce stuff, writing Usher stuff. Rico Love, I featured on that record. Congratulations. And then Ice Cream with Raekwon, I featured on that record too. And then Dark Side 1, I featured on a song called Money Over Bitches. Joe never gave me nothing for my lyrics, my voice, my performance on the song. Is he still right? Or you gonna be like, yo, but your business wasn't right? Nah, it wasn't that my business wasn't right. I put my loyalty into a sucker for too long. This sucker nigga took advantage. And you wanna know something I did? I genuinely loved and wanted to help Fat Joe. I wanted Fat Joe to blow. I wanted to be standing by Fat Joe's side at the time because it was all love. When he was telling me he loved me, yo, I love you. You're the only one here. Yeah, I was the only one there. It's not like 7 to 10 niggas is there, and it's hard to know who is doing what song. And nah, it's only TA. Yo, TA, Khaled left me, Remy left me, Tony left me. There's no more Terror Squad. It's just you, TA. You're gonna be a millionaire. Please don't leave, TA. I never got paid for nothing. I never got recognition for nothing. On top of all of that, all I do is one remix verse. I help Fat Joe write that on the Cali shit. I help Fat Joe write that. I'm in the video. Walking by throwing the X up. I never got nothing for that. I never got nothing for anything I did with Fat Joe. I was going to take the L like a man. I said, fuck it. Let me take the L. Telling this story over once again. So just in case you people never heard it, because Panda Chop took the interviews down or whatever. Just in case y'all people never heard it, I never got paid for nothing, for none of my contributions to Terror Squad. I never got paid.
I definitely got scammed on a lot of business deals. But my nigga, like he showed us who he is. He showed the world who he is. Look at him capping in every short that you hear him on, making up stories because he wants to be involved with the Biggie album. Like he never did a Biggie album, yo. You didn't even do a Biggie song.
But the problem is, Cuban, like the people let him lie. The people
it's not even the people. It's really the music industry that back him up.
No. It's the industry, but it's the people too because they listen to it and they laugh at it instead of going at him. They go at when Kanye do some wild shit. They all attack Kanye.
Well, remember he plays the victim though. He plays the victim when
it doesn't matter. The truth is right in front of you. You can play victim all you want. If the color is blue and you saying it's black, but it's blue, yo, my man, it's blue. No, you want to cry that it's black when we see that it's blue. They let him get away with murder, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But again, I was gonna take the L. I did the one time song. I begged them to get on the record for months. I begged them over the seas after a show, before the show, eat dinner, breakfast, lunch. I begged them, the DJ begged them, this is going to be the record, this is going to be the next all the way up. I hollered at Remy and Pat. Remy did the record. I already knew Remy was going to do the record. We was in Rochester. We did a show with KRS-One. And Joe was like, yo, come on, help me write my verse to your song. So I already knew Remy was going to do the record because she already told me, yo, Tia, I got you. Pat was like, yo, she going to do the record. So I'm helping Joe write his verse on the way back from Rochester, New York, back to the Bronx. So the verse is done now by the time we get back to the Bronx. So he called me a few days later. He's like, yo, come down to the studio, which was Heat Makers in the studio where Fred the Godson was recording out of. When I went down there, he was like, yo, look what I got for you, Remy. She came out, but Remy gave me that look like, yo, nigga, yo, T.A., I got the verses. I got 2 verses. Should I say, which one should I say or should I combine them? I said, it don't matter what you do. Both of them shits is fire because they was both fire. And then Remy blessed the song. She went absolutely bananas on the song. And I was happy. It came out. Joe did his thing on it. I did my thing. I wrote the hook. I picked the beat. I put it together. I put it together. The song was gonna blow. The song was on the radio, 107, 105.1. No money behind it. It was waiting just so y'all know that the way the industry works, you gotta drop the bag. They not playing your song. It's not getting added in rotation unless you drop the bag. We haven't dropped the bag. So Ghazi they put my song out through Empire. Somebody was in the studio with Joe and Dre, and they heard Dre say, yo, Joe, we can't let T.A. blow. He ain't putting enough work. And the dude called me. He was like, yo, T.A., they're about to let your song die. Talk to Joe. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, yeah, Dre told Joe, don't.
You got another call with the bull. He probably got a call again.
I'm going to call you back.
Oh, no, you good. You good now. You good.
All right, so Dre told Joe that he can't let me blow. And Joe was just like, all right, they started working on a record called Pick It Up. They shot a video to that in Las Vegas. The shit did nothing. They paid probably like over 60 racks to clear the Tupac sample. The record did nothing. They let my song fall out the sky. And that was just like one of the boiling points on top of Joe, telling me like just saying slick shit, talking to me crazy. Yo, T.A., I'm going to let him go on you. I'm going to let him go on you. Stay away from my son. I'm like, yo, damn. I never did nothing to this sucker. Like, your son, I gave your son advice like he was my little brother. Like, I told your son right from wrong because you couldn't do it. When his wife was ready to send his son back up to New York because Ryan was in high school wilding out in Miami, then nigga Joe was like, oh, I'm going to send him back. And I said, yo, Joe, don't send him back. Something like that.
Shout out to Panda Chop News. He's in the building, man. And Panda Chop's he's still rocking with this out, man. At the end of the day,
shout out Panda Chop.
He's been
Panda, put them interviews back up, man. You already know what's up, Panda. Put them interviews back up.
If anybody that's an outsider and believes in the story, me, T.A., Gangu Roach, he interviewed everybody. He put his stamp on. He just interviewed. Well, his job is to be a journalist. So he got the truth. He asked the right questions. So salute to Panda Chop, man. He's still over there. He's still over there doing what he's doing. So salute to him. That's my brother, regardless of what's going on. I don't know why he's not with us with the with the whole how you call it Lord Jamar situation. Maybe he's just caught up and busy with other things. But we definitely need the Panda story because he was the actual guy who got me to do the Lord Jamar song. So I would love for him to do that type of story because we're gonna go in on the subject because it just happened, and we wanted him to leak the song also. What I'm saying? So maybe it'll change his mind, but he knows that Cuban Link always got love for him.
So that's how that went with the one time song and stuff like that. I took too many L's with Fat Joe, like too many L's. It's nasty work, man. It's too many times he just showed me that he wasn't fucking with me, and I said, yeah, you want to know what? I'm still stick by this nigga's side, and I'm gonna show him that I'm super loyal and I never cross him. Even with the kid Rashid, the billionaire kid from Dubai that's always running around with Joe. Like when he offered me the units in the Burj Khalifa, I turned it down. I said, nah, I don't. And I said this on your podcast, Cuban. I turned it down, bro. And the nigga Joe cut me off for like 2 months. I couldn't get no money. I couldn't get no job because it's like I'm stressed out. I got a newborn baby. This nigga cut me off because another dude offered me a crib in the Burj Khalifa, basically offering me some bread. And I turned it down, showing my loyalty to Joe. And Joe was just mad because the kid offered that to me. I'm like, yo, but Joe, why you so mad, Fat Joe? You was getting that kid to spend $40,000 on Hermes scarves, 6, 7, 8, 10 of them, so you could just turn them into one shirt, 3 shirts, 4 shirts. Why you so mad? I couldn't understand why your man Fat Joe was so mad. A nigga couldn't even get a crumb unless he gave it to you. So one time we in Dubai, right?
Beluga,
we in Dubai, we did like 3 shows already, right? So Joe had owed like 1,500 like to me, 15 to the DJ. So we asked Joe for 500. He was with the girl named Do Busy, the girl that he used to mess with that's from Dubai that lived in Miami, went to school in Miami. So he was like, yo, just wait, man. Wait till we get back to the States and you guys will get paid. But we like, yo, Joe, we already did the shows. Can we get 500 so we could buy an outfit for the show tonight? He was like, no, nah, just wait. And when a nigga like Joe, you don't want to keep asking another grown man, can you get paid? You don't want to get on his nerves, turn him off in any type of way. So we was just like, we talking. He was like, yo, that's fucked up, bro. And then we went with him. He went right in the shoe store and spent 4,500 on a pair of shoes on a girl that was richer than practically the whole industry. Her
That's why
family
you find out how
was
disgusting they are when they do things like that. That's disgusting.
it's nasty work. Nasty work. Like
Lucky for
disgusting.
me and Pun, like when Pun was going on, I already had a deal going on, so I was doing shows, so I didn't have to really depend on the Terror Squad album, songs and stuff like that. But I was getting like 10 G's already. Wow, right after Pun because I was working on my own. I was putting that work in. But hell yeah. If I was in your situation where I didn't have nothing out like on my own and things like that, I wouldn't even ask twice. You know what I'm saying? I already, what I'm saying? Like Safe felt like you right there. So that's why Safe broke. He was the first one to break out of the Terror Squad. Joe was doing that to him.
It's so when you down, right?
But if you see, you can't no, but T, you can't be that surprised now of how he did you. I know you're hurt as a fucking human being.
Nah, I'm not surprised. But
no, you are. But I'm saying, are you surprised? Well, let me finish it out. Are you really surprised when you find out now, or whenever you find out the story of Pun and myself, as far as like what we went through? Look at Pun. Pun did the most for Joe and considered him a brother. Like put his Fat Joe's tattoo on his arm and everything. And you see what he did to Pun, the one that died and made him change his whole lifestyle.
I'm not surprised, but at that time, Cuban, I
know, but now that you know, right? So imagine, like you, no disrespect, but you was nothing compared with Pun did for him. So and he still did Pun dirty. He died.
I'm not going to touch that, but I was something, bro. You want to know why?
I know, but compared to Pun, none of us.
You right, and I'm right. You want to know? You right because I think Pun took Joe to platinum status
from the beginning.
I will never compare myself to Big Pun.
Because when y'all had it, when you were there, he was already platinum.
But listen, but my work.
Oh, I know.
It was about the pivotal time. It was about the timing.
You continue what Pun was doing. You continue. You was part of continuing what Pun was doing, keeping him up.
But listen, his career could have went all the way down, bro. If he didn't have a nigga like me to help him.
That's with the right lyrics. I hate you for even helping him, motherfucker.
The right lyrics.
You let that nigga go all the way down. That's what happened. Your talent made the nigga stay afloat.
Listen. The right lyrics and the right flows. I was the one waking up at 8 in the morning, penning that shit up, and I did 30 songs plus then some
I know
by myself. No, by myself.
You helped the enemy.
No, and I kept them alive. I kept them breathing.
100%. Yes, that's what you did.
No, you guys took them to platinum status. Y'all seen the success.
Yeah, with the foundation. But then he found another person with a gift to keep him afloat. I know that. But that's what his game is. He's gonna keep doing this all his life. Before us, it was Armageddon, Keith Nutt, King Son. That pun, Cuban Link, Triple Six, sick one. Then after us, Ja Rule. Then he got into the industry. He was, Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Make it rain. All of that. I was there, Penn. Then T.A., the legend. Next era. He kept it afloat. Whatever. Until now. You heard his last album? Trash. That shit went double.
It's not easy writing them albums by yourself.
Of course it's not. But I'm saying his last album is trash. It shit went double wood.
Especially when a nigga like him was breathing out your neck.
He didn't have T.A. He didn't have nobody. Now that's why that was the real Joe. And what happened when they put him up for sales? He went double copper. It's the world changed on me. That shit is under the sink, under the sea, like under the sea. What you it's like the song. So he's nobody without people that loved him and share their talent with him. That's what we're trying to say. That's if you sum up Joe's career, Joe's life, that's how it went. The people that he had was talented. The people that he had love for him. But what he did back to the people that really helped him and loved him, you go down the line. Look what he did to Pun's family, to me, to Faze, to Armageddon, to even Remy. And Remy had to do it 8 years before she could get her prize. To you, this is his story, my nigga. But why is the narrative like the opposite? Like Fat Joe would take care of all his brothers. Like incredible. That's what I'm saying. The promo they got going for him, like the PR, public relations that they got, he's paying top dollar. And then the public believes his story. That's why I'd be like, yeah, who the fuck is doing this kind of nasty work right here? So that's why it's hard for our story, my story, really forever. I've been telling people the truth. It's like they undermined it. I mean, the real ones listen to it and they know it's true.
Nah, you've been
looks helpless.
You've been telling the truth. You was telling the truth.
Always been.
He was in power. Like even when I was with him, I ain't believe your truth.
Yeah, I know.
I ain't even, to be honest with you, I ain't even really tuned in. I would hear things from Joe. He would say shit about you, but on the outside, it wasn't like I was like clocking in to hear what you were saying. But whenever something did come up with your name, I just didn't believe it because I was so loyal to Joe. But he
paid me as a foul nigga. He paid me as the foul one, as the one. Yeah, he painted me like that. But I'm saying, how much paint of fake paint, water paint, can he paint to a real nigga when they do their real research about me?
Yo, but it's crazy because all the real niggas know what type of nigga he is.
And they know what type of nigga he is. Some are still with him. Some are still with him. Some real niggas that he could pay off, they still with him.
I mean, I don't really know who that is.
And they'd be like, oh no, it's business, it's money. They go back to the hood and say that. But they repping him on a large scale, you know what I'm saying? Because like making Joe look like he's who he says he is when he's not. That's what bothers me. Like when you came in, you gave him that talent that you had. You made his rhymes fire. So now here goes Fat Joe being nice again. Like people think he's nice because he got you as a ghostwriter. That's what happened. He did that with Pun. Pun made him extra nice. You know, so at the end of the day, and now he's showing the world, I guess, to the world that don't know better, his talent is really your talent.
Yeah.
So you're strengthening up the enemy. So fuck you, TA.
And it's a lot of dudes that know what's up because it's dudes that that's in a high position right now, and they came to me. We was on a yacht one time, and they came to me, and it was, I ain't gonna say his name, but he know when I say this. He came to me and he was like, "Yo, why you think Joe won't put you out?" And I ain't want to say nothing because I ain't know if these niggas was going back, saying shit like, "Yo, this nigga TA can't hold water." Like he gonna tell everybody he wrote your shit, even though I was defending Joe to the core. So
you held it back for all those years.
I held it back. I told him, I don't know. He was like, "Yo, you fired, man. Why?"
Exactly like mine, man. And he just picked the right loyal niggas, man. He picked the right people, always the real ones to be by his side. I guarantee you. Now, you know what I'm saying? I think those. I mean, that's definitely a strategy. If any talent he has is that talent to pick right people to be by him and use them. 100%. That's his talent. Panda Choppers in here, man. He said, shout out to TA and all that. Your Panda, what's up, man? When you gonna be on my shit? I've been on your Panda shop fucking
Panda,
channel.
Panda could get on right now, Cuban.
No, he can't. Not in here. This is only the 2 thing.
Oh, he can't. Oh, okay.
Nah, you gotta do that in some other, like, I forgot what the name of it. StreamYard or something. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So the people in the industry, they definitely know what type of guy Joe is, and they definitely know what type of guy I am, and they know what's going on. I
they
respect,
scared though.
it, but I don't respect it. They moving with the bag. They moving with the dude
They
that's relevant.
scared. You showed them who you
They
was.
can't be scared of Fat Joe, bro. He don't
No,
have nobody.
they scared of you because you showed them all those qualities that you said you have for him. They scared of you. That's what they do to niggas like us. I'm believe me, they could talk all that shit and they circle talking about, oh, Cuban Link is this. You know, they have no idea that they Cuban Link is not even, don't even say the word PUSSY with me. You better put me into, yo, he's that. You know, either that or be like, yo, Cuban gets down. Those are the only things you can say. You can't even say, oh, he not pussy. Like, they do that with the narrative. It's like, I might be pussy or something. You know, they tell a story when I'm involved, be like, yo, he didn't do all of that. He think he's a hero. To assassinate the characters. Even you. That's how they talk to the people. So now the people, they put everybody now that hears them and believes them against us. So it's like we got the trolls. Yo, why you lying? Joe took care of you, nigga. You know, that's what they do to us because
Joe ain't never take care of me. I earned everything I got. The crumbs I got from him, I earned it. He ain't never take care of me. That's a fact.
That's what they do to bother.
He ain't give me nothing. I earned everything. The little bit of crumbs that I did get from Fat Joe, I earned that shit, man. He ain't
Joe gave me an NSX car, the Nissan NSX. When I signed my deal,
said that.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's the only thing. That's the only thing he ever gave me, and it was a hoopty. And he bought it from a drug dealer from the thing for $22,500. I loved it. I was mad appreciative. Always. Oh, my brother, he must love me. But Pun was alive and everything. Yo, he must love me. Yo, I was a situation because remember in the beginning I didn't get along with Joe. Pun fixed the, he was the glue, and after a while, I let Joe shop my deal and everything. He got me the deal, and he got me like a gift, that shit. My deal was for $50,000 up front. You know what I'm saying? But it was a $1.4 million deal, but I got $50,000 up front, and he gave me the NSX to the car. Then I find out that he's supposed to give me $500,000 as my signing bonus. So he gave me the car to put me to sleep. To put me to sleep. You understand? And then I'll be like, and then he got the nerve to say it like in Flex's show. I gave Cuban Link everything he wanted. I bought him a house. I gave him money. I bought him a car. Yo, this nigga, now when I see the lies, you know what I'm saying? The lies that he's capable of saying.
Hold up. They keep asking me, did I write my lifestyle? I didn't write my lifestyle, man.
Beluga, he's the crap. He really is. Like, I know his game. So that's why I'm trying to put you onto game. Like, yo, you just going through. Your shit is probably like 5 years, 6 years. I've been going through for 24.
Nah, I know his game now. You can't put me on now, bro. I know it now.
I'm gonna still put you on.
You late. You should have.
Because you still give him a little bit of.
Listen, that time in City Island, you should have been like, let me tell you something.
I didn't know you was on it like that. I swear to God, I didn't know you. I swear to God, I thought you was coming like people like was around us was love. So what's good? And I was like, yo, after you playing around with me, you know how real niggas play sometimes. If I know you, and you might go, what's good, nigga? What's good? And you front like that, and then we hug it out or something. That's what I really thought. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really on it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody.
But you see the loyalty I had for him, right?
Yeah. I mean, we got beat up. I told you, I would have fucked you up.
But Cuban,
you know,
I knock niggas out, Cuban.
Definitely beat
you. And you 50. You ain't got enough stamina, bro.
No, that was like that. I was like 40. So yeah.
You want to know something?
I'll give you
one body shot.
I took weed that night. I remember I took weed with this niggas with.
You was drunk. You was high. And I just walked in the building, nigga. I was sober.
I was drunk.
You was high.
Yeah. I was so relaxed. And then you had Sal from the Fever behind us. It was Sal from the Fever behind us. So I'm sure if I would have did something funny, they would have been like, those are promoters. I didn't want to take my image anymore. I'm thinking of all that shit because I'm high. And after you did that. And you know what I'm saying? And then you walked away.
Cuban,
and I was like, what is that?
Yo, Cuban, I think if we would have fought, they would have let us fight the fair one, though. Because it was too many niggas that knew each other.
We had a fight. We would have been outside. We would have been outside.
You would have took the L. You would have took it.
Yeah, because it would have been like, yo,
Cuban, look, hold up. You would have took an L, Cuban.
Never in your life. The only L I took was the fucking blunt that I smoked. Like,
all right, yo.
The only L I would have took.
You was drunk and high, nigga. You was already caught off guard.
Your body, I would have been body blows, uppercuts, nigga, like punch out.
You would have been missing, nigga.
Nah, fuck
that up. Yo, listen, Cuban.
Lucky we didn't get to
Cuban, I'm happy it ain't turned out that way.
No, me too. Lucky lucky because after I did my homework on you, I did, like I said, I didn't know who you was right there. It was like, okay, maybe I know the Cypress crew. I know Tito Mafia and them niggas. I know they hang out with Raul. So when you had the Terror Squad chain, I was like, yeah, I know they rock with them. But I was my crew that knew their crew, and I knew that crew. So I'm like this, all right, I'm not mad because I seen Raul. I talked to Raul and I put the pressure on Raul in front of the whole Cypress ass. He knows that. So it was like, we got to understand it. Like, I would never disrespect, even if some TS niggas from the street are with him, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't disrespect it and throw, like, jump off like that. So when I seen that happen, like, I swear it was like love. But like, I didn't even look at your chain yet. I'm looking at your face, and I'm like, high as fuck. I was like, what's up, man? If you remember, I said, what's good? What's good? Yeah, I came friendly with, like, what's good? So I wasn't understanding. I was later. So when I started finding out about you, as far as like who you was to the TS shit, he was like, yo, that's his hype man. That's like, he rocks with TS. He do shows and shit with them. So I was like, oh, that's why he came at me like that. Oh, damn. Why didn't you tell me this shit? I was telling Tito this. And he was like, nah, I ain't about nothing, Q. And then my people was like, they was doing other things. We went over there for a fucking bigger deal. So, you know what I'm saying? I already knew that. So I was like, I ain't gonna fuck nothing, though. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And he looked young, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, damn, you see, this is the type of situation. I don't know what kind of stories Joe been telling people that would let somebody or even give them the heart to step up to me when they, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my mind, I'm like this.
Let's talk about this music, Cuban.
Don't try to stop it. I'm trying to give you
Because
believe me, that's water under the bridge. I'm saying things like that. I'm talking about, look, that's the way things turned out. It could have been ugly, we would have fought, whatever. But at the end of the day, we would have came back and learned the lesson that you learned about Joe. Even if we would have fought, you would have hit me up like a man. You're Cuban, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad thing. It was bad luck, my bad. I know now what you fighting for. I know why you hate this fat nigga. Why? If you would have did that regardless, I'd be like, yo, slow down, my brother. That's all I wanted you to learn. I'm older. I've been through it. I'm only saying this story for the young generations to really understand. Don't get caught up in situations like that. I tried to warn them for that reason. Like you said you talk to the youth. That's how I started living my life like that after like 35.
Yo, Cuban, I respect you, man. I respect your legacy,
That's
man.
it.
I respect all your contributions to the Terror Squad and what you brought to the hip hop world, bro.
That's it,
You're
man.
dead nice. Yo, you dead nice, man.
You're looking, my bro.
You dead nice, bro.
Too, man. You got
You've
that
been
spark.
blackboard legendary. The airways been poisoned. Like you I don't know what was going on. You ain't do nothing to nobody, but you only issue you had was with Fat Joe, and everybody chose a side. So I don't know. Hopefully that black cloud can remove from over your head.
But we can only remove
that
cloud.
You can rise to the highest success.
The only cloud the truth removes that cloud. That's why it's a great fight that we're in a good fight. So the truth that bears merit to our accolades that they didn't give us, the real story behind the scenes that the fans are fiending to hear. I know they are. It's just that, the haters, the ones that are contributing with the Fat Joes that got something to gain, they back him up. I understand that too. But the truth, nothing can fuck with the truth. Them lies that they told will dismantle their house of cards. And that's what it is. The truth is the only thing that removes that black cloud from us. That's it. And that's it. For people to be real men and stand up and stand on the truth instead of standing on lies. Because they think they can manipulate the narrative. And they've been doing it because they got the bread, they got the connections. But that's not the truth. We all know it. We all know it.
I had a lot of respect for Joe back then, man. And especially in that time when I was running with him, like never raised my tone at him, never even thought nothing crazy. Never looked at his wife, like nothing crazy. Never even thought about violating him in any type of way. But I was never scared of him. I was never scared of anybody that was down
Rock, a guy that grew up with him.
For a second.
Imagine Charlie Rock, a guy that really grew up with him, and then later on he treats him like that. When he dies, he tells him, "Oh, God don't like ugly." Like, do him dirty like that. Imagine that. Like, he showed us.
And he know what Charlie Rock did for him.
I know he did. Charlie Rock but he's supposed to have his back. He's supposed to have his back still. That's his brother, right?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I know Charlie Rock was, saying jalapeño and all the bricks. I knew that. You know what I'm saying? I knew he had a bad habit. But that's your brother. That's your brother. You don't throw him out to the wolves like that. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? He showed us, is what I'm saying. He showed us when even his best friends, his associates that died, it's supposed to be twin in the business and in the Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? How he robbed Big Pun all these years. He showed you. He showed me. I thought he was my fucking best friend. That's why at the end of the day, I didn't know he was going to swing on me. It's bad for him. When he swung on me, I got up and I rocked his world. He didn't know that either. So I know God was with me. Regardless, after they held me, and went to work behind my back after 5 niggas holding me. Like, of course, I wasn't expecting that. I'm having a fight with my brother or anything. You gonna let that happen? You gonna let that slide? And then you give me a call and I tell you, my nigga, have a gift for me. Have an address, have a picture, something. You know how we do, right? No third nigga could come in and do anything to us, right? If we fight amongst brothers, that's how we fight, right? So I'm thinking you're on the same like energy as me, right? No, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Desist letter, cease and desist letter. He sends me. You know what I'm saying? For me to keep my, gag order for me to not ever say that story again. So that's what I'm saying. He showed me right there. He's part of the enemy. The guys whoever cut me, he's down with them. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't send a letter, a gag order to your brother or to your friend. You won't. So he showed me. That's why I reacted. Oh, my shit is always a chain reaction. It's a reaction. It's never ever been on offense. You know what I'm saying? I was playing defense all this time, but I'm reacting with the way I'm reacting.
Since we talking about snitching in the comments, Joe, it's a dude called Jose Muet. He did a full interview from jail saying that Joe ratted on him. And
that's the paperwork. He gave me the paperwork.
And it's the paperwork. And that paperwork you gave was official.
Yeah,
I heard that from some official niggas, and they gave me the same paperwork. What you had, 1 page? I got like 4 or 5 pages to that. I got
Nobody came out to help me out though. Nobody came out. I'm over here talking about, and I got that from Star. So
and Joe got some street niggas running with him, man. He got some street niggas running with him, and everybody's saying that paperwork is official, and that dude Jose Muet was official in the street, and he's doing life because of Fat Joe. And it's like, I got that. Y'all go to my page, like that strategy.
But I'm a liar.
You can hit an interview on my page.
I'm making up fake paperwork.
Y'all want to talk about snitching, since the trolls want to come up in here and want to talk about snitching and all that. Go talk to your man Fat Joe. Go to Fat Joe's page and be like, yo, what's up with Jose Muet? What's up with this? It's on my page. That strategy. Go to my page. I got a little interview clip of Jose Muet talking to some journalists from jail.
I just didn't want to.
This is the people. This is where y'all come and play at. When y'all go harass that nigga every day and be like, yo, you ratted, hold up. We got to clear the airways. But I heard that paperwork you got, Cuban, is official. That was official. That piece that you had, Cuban.
Everything I ever said was official, man, but I couldn't even fight that fight. So that's why I had to go and say, you know what? Because nobody, like I said, came back with no more papers. The guys that was feeding me all this information also came through the gram. So they was hitting me, nephew and everybody. And as soon as they put me on blast, I made up fake paperwork. None of them niggas came to my aid. No, none of them gave me more like paperwork. So they were silent on me for the whole week. So I was like, you know what? Somebody blow this fat nigga's head off. They're gonna say that I got him set up. You know what I'm saying? That I exposed him, so that's why he got killed.
Joe run with police because when I was with Joe always had like a cop with us. He always had a cop with us.
And Eve Rivera's a cop. He's a gold shield. Eve Rivera.
He always had a cop. Yeah, Eve was a fag. Eve was a fag. But not only Eve, he had a few other dudes that was police.
He came through me because he knew me as a little kid. But it's funny how Fat Joe and Eve became fucking like the 69 Club. They was blowing each other after me. They became best buddies after that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's funny to me. It's funny. I linked everybody that was in there. You know what I'm saying? All the people that sit over there, that's what hurt me more.
Cuban, let's talk about this song real quick. My phone about to die again. So let's talk about this song. This Lord Jamar song. So me and Cuban, we jumped on the Lord Jamar song.
Here we go again, right? Here we
go again. We jumped on that song. What's up? How you doing? So we jumped on that song for Lord Jamar. The song came out pretty hot. And Lord Jamar tried to back out off the song because Joe reached out to Puba, and Puba reached out to Lord Jamar, and Lord Jamar stalled us for 3 months. And I thugged out Lord Jamar to stay on the song because he was asking us to keep taking him off the song. But I said, nah, you're gonna stay on the song. The world gonna hear what you had to say about Joe because Joe violated you your whole existence as a man. So we're gonna keep him on the song. I might put it on my page tonight, so I can go to my page. That strategy. I know Cuban is debuting it on Off the Books podcast on Saturday. So, me and Cuban actually did a hot remix to it, to where Lord Jamar's not on it. Lord Jamar's not on it. It's just me and Cuban, and we gonna get that together for y'all, and we gonna do more songs in the future. We gonna do an EP for y'all, so we gonna need y'all support. We're gonna need y'all to stream the hell out of it. We're gonna need y'all to pass the word and say, yo, these dudes are fire. If you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't,
That's
you
right.
don't. But we gonna give y'all nothing but heat. We gonna pull our all into it, and this is what y'all been asking for about a year and
And
a
we
half,
got to
now
put
2 years.
Lord Jamar got to be in the hot seat. Got to be in the hot seat to explain the situation. There's no real hate from this side. It's just he disappointed us, and I think if y'all put your feet in our shoes, y'all would feel the same way.
These secrets in my head ain't only about the women who stalked me. I fell back from the orgies after we walked free from Milwaukee. Never thought that night could have cost me every girl in the prosty. This fat nigga like Mr. Softy must have been really saucy. I seen him looking, eyes was glossy. Hate to see me get off, see. You could be in the boss seat without being bossy. We did the show. He hollered at me, said, get some hoes. I brought in 5. He said, TA, bring in 5 more. I slid with 1. He slid with none through the side door. Type to get upset. You hit. You had 9 hoes.
Ooh.
That's 9 pussies, 18 tits, mad ass, and lips. And still you want to smash my bitch. Join the squad to do music. I ain't asked for this. Hood nigga dream, max the wrist and stack some chips. Go on the road, hit some actresses, some different mattresses. You know we coming, man. We
That
coming.
nigga, that fat bitch, the bitch. That's it. A bitch is a, and I was gonna do that song too, like that Ice Cube song. A snitch is a snitch. If that paperwork niggas would have put the shit behind, I would have been that. A snitch is a snitch, whether fool or rich. Remember that? Oh, you too young. You too young for that. That's Ice Cube. I would have did that extra. But see, you see the fucking fire this young buck got. You know what I'm saying? Not a young buck because he's old as fuck now, but
Yeah, I'm older now, man. But I take it as a compliment.
It's always a
I take
compliment.
it as a compliment
If
all
it comes
day,
from
man.
Cuban, it comes with the F word attached to it, and it's telling you how ugly you are, but you really like the most handsome motherfucker. That's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? If you my man, or you understand the love, then you take it and you smile and you laugh with me. That's what I do it, man. So
Hey,
I
yo,
want to be able
Panda
to tell the
Chop,
story.
what's up, man? You my brother, man. You our brother, man. What's up, Panda Chop?
Yeah,
You
what's
know we
up, man?
always, you know we always showing love, Panda Chop. Even though you went advantage, you got Hollywood, you got some millions, and now you know you on a yacht somewhere, and you ain't invite
Panda.
us. It's all good. Now I'm fucking with you, Panda, man. Keep doing your thing, brother. I wish
Oh
we
yeah,
could
man.
be successful,
I'm definitely proud
real,
of Panda, man. Panda,
real.
like he started a chain reaction. You know what I'm saying? I know it's my story, but the way he put it through, you know what I'm saying? He gave us that Vlad feeling when Vlad was actually a journalist, to the next level, upcoming, fresh blood. So don't get caught up with I don't get caught up with too much of other people's politics because I know I depend on me. Like I told you, I didn't never depend too much on Lord or anybody else. You know, so even you, to tell you the truth, like if you don't want to do it, I'll do the whole shit by myself because I'm on it like that. But if you down with it and you want to do it because it makes sense, and it does make sense, we can make it harder, man. I love teamwork. I love when we get together. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the A team. Like you saying, I love it when the plane gets together. And we got to show the world that though, man. We got to get back to the talent. And right now it's rough to get back to the talent with everybody having a podcast and they telling these real stories and fucking jail
All these
stories.
gatekeepers,
You
all these
know,
gatekeepers,
we
man.
gotta
All
we gotta
these,
follow the revolution, man. We gotta do the revolution. It's gotta be a revolution to make change. It has to be, especially in the
Cuban,
hip
you
hop.
got some heat, Cuban.
You got some heat too, my brother.
Nah. Hold up, Cuban. You got some
All
fire,
right, stop the
man.
bullshit. I'm
Nah,
not good at
yeah,
compliments.
nah.
Stop your
Yo,
shit.
you really surprised me, though. I was so shocked that you was still spitting like that. But you spitting like that with today's work.
Good
That
looking.
shit's
I
crazy,
try, man. I
man.
try to keep up with the Jones, with the times and
Nah,
things
you
like
ain't
that. It's
trying,
just my
brother. You doing it,
it
man.
hasn't been out there the way I want to. You know how we supposed to be out there. When we do something new, a project, especially, that's why we wanted Lord Jamar to, because he got the industry still, some love with the marketing. And then we could get the video, you know what I'm saying? Real video. Not the homie around the corner with the iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Like we got I'm glad that Choke No Joke got in the boat too. He wants to do the video. So we're making it bigger. We can make it bigger within ourselves, grassroots. That's where the power lies, my dude. You know what I'm saying? The other niggas be paying for views, they pay for subscribers. Like we do this with a real story. We do this with the truth. We do this with a love for the craft. And nothing can stop us, man. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to you, brother, because you are nice too. You're hella nice. And I love
Appreciate
that.
it,
I
man.
love it. I love it. So we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Now we gonna bring the flavors to their ear for real. Now I
Yeah,
appreciate your work. I appreciate your contributions to hip hop for
no
real,
doubt.
Cuban. I listened to your shit when I was a young nigga, bro. Like I ain't
That's
even
right,
gonna
my
hold
brother.
you, bro. Like the treads, the joint you did with Beat Nuts, the Flowers to the Dead. Like you got a lot of heat. You got a lot
No
of
doubt,
heat,
my brother.
Cuban.
No doubt.
Just just
I
keep
pride myself
going.
in trying to make something less timeless. You know what I'm saying? Like we was talking, you told me, yo, we trying to make
Timeless.
timeless
That's the
music.
big
100%.
timeless.
I always been on
Timeless
that.
music.
And I got those without getting, the hey mom and shit.
Dude.
Flowers for the Dead. You know what I'm saying? Some joints that even later on in my career, like timeless, you can listen to it and be like, yo, that made me feel something.
I want to ask you one question. I'm sure that people want to know this too.
What's up?
Be honest with me.
I'm always honest. Fuck.
It's all good, man. You ever wrote for pun? Anything?
Yeah, and pun wrote for me. I gave him
I
the, up in the hot club,
That's an
above.
honest man.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
crazy.
I did a lot of things. I did a lot of things with Pun. That's my brother. Pun wrote for me. He gave me shit too. Not like that either. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, but y'all was brothers though.
Yeah,
it's only right. Y'all wanted to see each other win. He win, you win. You win, he win.
And as honest as I am, he'll take something from me. You know what I'm saying? After, he'll gonna do it because he's my best friend and he knows what dope is. So later on, when you be like, yo, Big Pun took something from me, I mean, that's a compliment when you just put it in black and white into the world. But we would do that, often because that was just, we used to be like the Spanish Dots Effects, going back, like toe to toe, like the off the books. Like we used to just do that together anyway. So that connection and that love was always there.
You rapped on that Benjamin's beat. You was on 107 that day, and we rapped on the Benjamin's beat with Tom. With
Pun. For Funk Facts Effects. Yeah, we was all doing it cipher. There's tapes out there that got us going in ciphers in radio stations. My brother in L.A., Big Boy, all of that. We used to go we did all the colleges. So when we did the college tours, like back in the days, it was a children's circuit. So we used to go through the colleges. Then we get to the big media. So we did that. And I was there with my brother, in every city, when they used to have us in the radio for radio drops and shows, we used to be there. Who the fuck you think was there saying the same rhyme all the time? It was me and Pun saying the album. Back in the days, we only remember the album rhymes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we had a lot of repetitive joints, but I was there, man. I did the whole tour. I was from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's a beautiful journey.
Yo, unity, man.
Like, it's a beautiful journey, though. When we work together, like at the end of the day, I can't take what Joe is missing is that the togetherness, the teamwork is what made him who he is today. And he lacks of giving that respect, that love, that merit, that credit to the right people. And but we put we follow the wrong leader. Great lesson to learn, man. Because now we can do our own thing and we know how to move.
Now that's a fact. Just bring some of that special energy to the table. You got a special light around you, bro. You was in the studio with Pun. He gave you gave him. Just bring it to the table. Let's just make some timeless hits.
We still here, yeah, man.
Let's try our best to make hits for the people.
We gonna do it. It's not
for us. We gonna for do the people as well.
That's what I'm talking about. It's about the people. It's about the people. It's about the people. It's about people respect. Remember, I'm Spanish Cuban. So I got to plant my flag. You know what I'm saying? You got the yellow baloney, the Pitbull dude. He planted his flag. He made $1 billion with my story. So, and he's not even half as lyrical as what I do. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like I got that, and that's for nothing. Salute to him too. It's a long time.
I'm not gonna lie. When this like midway through, when I started beefing with him all over the internet, they biggest fear was he's gonna go get cool with Cuban. If he get cool with Cuban, he can't come back on his side. It's over.
And they intimidated him.
I sent this is before we even started kicking it. I sent the word back to him. I'm like, yo, I'm never going back anyway. Yo, he's not to be trusted. I don't care if he apologized 1,000 times on a holy cross or with the holy cross up his ass, nigga. It doesn't matter to me. I can't be cool with him no more. I don't trust him. He already crossed the line, bro. And for a man, for you, he know I'm family oriented. He know I love my family, not only my kids, myself, but I love my family, bro. He knows that. And what other way to cripple a nigga? Cut off his money supply. You cut that off, he can't fund his family. So me, I'm like the golden eagle in my family. I'm the guy going on the road. I'm on tour. I'm on studio albums that's out for the world to hear. I'm standing next to a legendary hip hop icon. So I'm next. I'm the guy that's going to hold my family down, hold up that throne for my family and say, come on, we going to Hawaii. Here, grandma, you got a house over here. Here, mom, here, auntie. We all going to live good. Let the kids grow up. I'm going to put you in college. Where you want to go? What you want to study? What type of athlete you want to be? He crippled all of that. So now I'm building up all over again. Even though the kids are older and it's all good, I'm still blessed. I'm still breathing. I wake up every day. I'm healthy.
What's worse is that when you find out that this dude went after those things, those value things in our life, out of pettiness, out of just scared, because he's a fearful fucking little
Absolutely.
And he does it like a propósito, like on purpose to try to,
On purpose, man.
and
On
that
purpose,
just
man.
makes, like, especially if you're not that type, like maybe he could get away with certain dudes. With me, he could never. That just amp me even more. You know what I'm saying? That's why I go hard, and sometimes that me going hard and by telling the truth and saying it the way I say it with passion, it looks like it's hate, and which it is. It's hate for what he's done,
It's
not really
evil.
for him, not really for who he is. You know, so I know his story. He got a sentimental story that he could do only if he tells it right. But he tells it so wrong and so disgusting on stepping on other people's shoulders and cutting throat and just doing so manipulative. Like there's no honor in that. Not where we come from. You don't honor those things. You don't. And I'm surprised that the people well, like I said, it's entertainment, right? So if you pay for it, you could disguise a snake to be, a nice white fluffy bunny rabbit, and that's what they did with him.
Safari grass back, elephant skin smelling, Mountain Dew shitting all over yourself at the Mountain Dew basketball 3-on-3 game, holding down the bathroom for 3 hours straight, while me, Macho, when your son was outside waiting, cleaning your ass, wasting all the tissue. Fuck out of here, man.
Hey, yo, TA, it's been a pleasure, my brother. You already
Yes,
know,
bro.
man. We're gonna do a lot of things, and y'all fans, please pay attention, man. Go check out my brother TA on his channel.
The
And
Legend of TA is a YouTube page. Ain't nothing really up there yet, but I'm gonna get to it.
yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna get
starting
to
it.
it.
He's starting just like we all did. We all linked artists, like me too. I didn't even know how to do that. Panda Chop and Goya, they helped me for a minute. Rappy, they helped me out with things, but I was stubborn. I was like, nah, man, I do with deal with the real life. And then
But
I seen everybody gravitating.
tune into my IG. That strategy. I might drop that song with me
No,
and
you are gonna
Cuban
drop.
tonight.
Yeah, drop it. Go in TA's page, man. Follow that link and give some love and some even in the hate. Bring the hate too, man.
Bring the hate. The
We
hate
ain't
is love,
suckers. We
bro.
ain't
I love
suckers.
hate.
Y'all
I
gonna find
love
out.
hate.
Y'all gonna find out. Ain't
Love
nothing
hate.
better than turning the hater into a lover by telling them the truth. You know what I'm saying? We might still slap you up. You
That's a
want to come back?
ball.
We're still slapping
That's
you
a
up, but
ball.
we give you a hug after the slap. You
That's
know
a
what I'm saying?
ball. That's a ball. You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Turn the hate to a lover. Like that's a ball. Like,
Yeah, man, for real.
not Cuban, you phenomenal, man. Let's work, bro.
No doubt, my brother. Same to
Let's
you,
work,
man. You
bro.
already know. We're gonna get to it. And with that,
Sir.
salute. The Cuban Revolution will be televised. It's time to make hip hop great again. And boy TA, the legend, and your man Cuban Link. I'm signing off.
Peace, bro.
Peace.